Washington, D.C. once witnessed a shocking incident. Karoline Leavitt, White House press secretary, was fined $500 by Judge Charles Harrove for wearing a silver cross in the courtroom. He called her a fanatic, declaring that faith had no place in the law. But Karoline didn't back down. She sued Hargrove, accusing him of suppressing religious freedom and demanding $800 million in damages. The lawsuit quickly exploded, drawing attention across America and rallying millions of supporters. Facing pressure, Harrove used his authority to erase evidence from the court's servers. But Karoline and her team exposed his black file, 250 cases of finding religious symbols. As the verdict neared, Harrove fled to Switzerland, leaving behind a mocking video. Leavitt will never win. He thought he was safe, but he was wrong. Karoline, guided by her cross, was ready to hunt him down and bring him back to justice. A dramatic journey began, no longer confined to courtrooms, spread from the White House to Geneva, from social media to global public opinion. Before diving into the story, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the latest stories. That day, Karoline Leavitt, White House press secretary, sat in a dimly lit office, the lamplight casting shadows on her sharp features. On her laptop, a viral video played Judge Charles Hargrove, who fled to Switzerland after the $800 million lawsuit, stared into the camera, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "Leavitt, you'll never catch me," the post exploded, accusing her of faking faith to manipulate the public. Karoline's eyes burned with determination. She knew Harrove was protected by a network of lawyers in Geneva, but justice knows no borders. At that moment, Maya, a freelance journalist, sent a message. "I've got a lead on Harrove, you ready?" Karoline gave a cold smile, whispering, "Hargrove, your time's up." In a dimly lit D.C. office, she sat with Maya, her gaze sharp, flipping through leaked confidential documents from a Swiss law firm. The papers revealed Harrove's secret accounts funneled through shell companies to fund anti-religion groups. Karoline traced her finger over the numbers, lips pursed. "He's not just hiding," she said, her voice low but fierce. "He's pouring money into crushing faith." Maya nodded, sliding a USB across the table. These accounts tie to a network in Geneva. His lawyers got sloppy. Karoline plugged the USB into her laptop, and Dr. Elena Vasquez, a data analysis expert, appeared via video call. Her screen flashed with charts, pinpointing transactions from Harrove's accounts to a lakeside villa in Geneva. "He's there," Elena said firmly, "but he's about to slip, possibly to South America." Karoline leaned forward, her cross necklace grounding her. "We stop him now, or he vanishes forever." Outside, DC's night buzzed with anticipation. Jake Torres, Karoline's media strategist, paced phone in hand. "Social media is on fire," he reported, showing her a post. Supporters shared screenshots of Harrove's provocative video, captions blazing, "Karoline will get you." But the opposition was fierce, amplifying claims Karoline was staging a political stunt. The Justice Department sent a warning email, urging her to stop to avoid diplomatic issues with Switzerland. Karoline laughed scornfully, tossing her phone aside. "They think I'll quit. Harrove's crime isn't a Swiss secret. It's an American stain." She turned to Linda Martinez, a seasoned investigator with a steely gaze. Linda's team had dug into Harrove's network, cross-referencing leaked documents with Interpol alerts. "His lawyers are stalling," Linda said, spreading a Geneva map on the table, "but we've got 48 hours before he moves." Karoline studied the map, her mind racing. Hargrove wasn't just a fugitive. He was a symbol of the system that tried to choke her faith. She recalled the courtroom where he finded her for her cross, his smug grin etched in her memory. That fire now fueled her resolve. Karoline's phone buzzed. A message from Lucas Reed, a young YouTuber with a million-view video rallying Gen Z. to her cause. "Ready to go big," he texted, attaching a clip exposing Harov's accounts. She replied, "Go live, show the world who he is." Within hours, Lucas's video flooded social media, blending Karoline's speech with Maya's evidence. Supporters flooded D.C. streets, signs bold. Hard Grove's out of moves. Karoline watched the live stream, her resolve steely. "This isn't just for me," she told her team. "It's for everyone," he trampled, but Harov didn't stay quiet. A new video surfaced from an anonymous account filmed in a dark room. "Karoline Leavitt is a fanatic twisting justice for her own agenda," he declared, accusing her of fabricating evidence to frame him. The video spread fast. Some outlets bit, running headlines questioning her motives. Karine's team felt the pressure. Elena warned Harov's lawyers were preparing to sue her in international court. "He's panicking," Maya said calmly. "Panicked men always slip up." Karoline rallied her team, the atmosphere charged with intensity. "We're not hunting a ghost," she said, pointing at the map. "Harov is in that villa, and we'll drag him back to face the judge." Linda outlined the plan. Interpol was ready, but Karoline needed to rally the public to legitimize the raid. Jake drafted a post which Karoline quickly approved. "Harov thinks he's untouchable. Show him justice." The post went live, and within minutes, thousands shared it, voices echoing from D.C. to Geneva. As the team dispersed, Karoline stood alone, gazing at the Capitol dome. The cross around her neck felt heavy, a reminder of the stakes of her fight. Harrow's black-filed 250 cases of finding religious symbols was a deep cut into justice. She whispered a prayer, strength surging within her. "We're coming for you," she murmured, eyes locked on the horizon. Under Geneva's gray sky, a narrow alley led to a white stone villa where Charles Hargrove was hiding. In a temporary D.C. office, Karoline Leavitt stood before a large screen, tracking a GPS signal Dr. Elena Vasquez had decoded from Harov's servers. A red dot blinked, confirming he was on the villa's second floor packing. An anonymous email from a former Hargrove staffer had just hit Maya Chen's inbox, revealing he planned to flee to Argentina within 24 hours. Karoline tapped her fingers on the desk, her gaze icy. He thinks he can slip away. Not a chance. Maya, sitting beside her, opened her laptop, displaying satellite images of the villa. "He's got 3 bodyguards, an airtight security system," she said, her voice steady but tense. Linda Martinez, the investigator with her hair tied back, stepped in, holding an Interpol report. "We have an international arrest warrant," Linda announced firmly, "but we need to act now. Switzerland doesn't want a circus." Karoline nodded, her pulse racing. She wasn't just hunting a fugitive. She was exposing Harov's entire system of injustice. Every second was a chance for justice to prevail. Outside, D.C. glowed with lights, but the air crackled with tension. Lucas Reed, with millions of followers, had just posted a new video clips of Karoline speaking at the White House, interspersed with leaked documents about Harov's accounts. "He thinks he can escape justice," Lucas said in the video, his tone defiant. "Karoline's coming." The post exploded, hitting 10 million views. As supporters gathered outside the federal courthouse, signs raised high. "Justice won't spare. Hargrove." But the pressure mounted. Some Justice Department officials called, voices anxious, urging Karoline to delay to avoid diplomatic conflict. She hung up, her lips curling into a resolute smile. "They want me to stop. Justice doesn't wait." Karoline turned to Jake Torres, the media strategist, scrolling through his phone. "We need the public to keep the pressure on," she said, her voice low but sharp. Jake nodded, drafting a new post. "Rove's about to flee to South America. Let the world know justice is coming." The post spread like wildfire, shared thousands of times from D.C. to Europe. A TikToker created a mock video of Hargrove fleeing, interspersed with shots of Karoline standing before the American flag, captioned, Hargrove's time is up. Karoline watched, adrenaline surging. She knew the public's power was her greatest weapon. Meanwhile, in Geneva, Harrove sat in a lavish living room, hands trembling as he opened his laptop. A notification popped up. His servers had been breached. He slammed the desk, calling his lead lawyer, his voice breaking. "Make sure I'm out of here tonight." But the lawyer hesitated, reporting that Interpol had locked down the airport. Harrove scrolled X, seeing Harrove caught, dominating. He shut the laptop, sweat beading on his forehead, whispering, "She's just a girl." But deep down, he knew Karoline wasn't alone. He glanced at the window, feeling the walls closing in. Karoline back in D.C. held an urgent meeting with her team. Linda laid out the raid plan. Interpol would strike at dawn when Harrove was least alert. "We need Karoline to keep the heat on social media," Linda said, her eyes locked on her. "The public needs to see this as justice, not politics." Karoline nodded, opening her laptop and typing a message. "Hargrove, find our faith. Now justice will judge him." Hargrove caught. She hit send, and within minutes, the hashtag exploded, amplified by Lucas's videos. Supporters gathered outside the Swiss embassy in D.C., chanting "Extradite Harrove." As dawn broke in Geneva, the Interpol team, dressed in black, silently approached the villa. Slow-motion cameras captured